So we're here with Alison from Green Boutique. She's a landscape architect. She's done a few jobs for us now, and she did this beautiful home here at Brookfield. So Alison, another fantastic project. We've been finished here now for about 8 months, so the garden's starting to take shape. So do you want to tell us a few of the challenges of the home and the layout of the design and how you come up with it?
Absolutely. It's lovely to see it 8 months on and see it actually starting to grow, which is quite exciting. The thing with landscape, it takes a long time to look as good as the architecture. But the interesting things here was the layout of the land. It does slope, it's a bushfire zone, and the architecture is very prominent. The landscape has to not detract from that, it has to add to that. It has to also match the architecture and the beautiful trees around us. And it had to not catch fire. So fundamental few things there. But we looked at a lot of natives. The clients wanted very locally grown natives, and that was a challenge and interesting, but we found them, we've sourced them, and they're in the garden from local grown nurseries, which is very, very fascinating. And I think the fun thing for me was to get it to look like the architecture from the original designs and fit the landscape.
Yeah, no, we definitely did a fantastic job. So a lot of the natural products we used, we sourced a lot of sandstone, and there's a huge amount of retaining walls, and one of the things the owners always wanted was the house to look like it had always been built in a natural landscape. So.
Absolutely, and that's the challenge with all levels, where we come in at one level and the exit goes out at another level, and the landscape's got to marry down a whole level, and which we did with the stone and a few crazy level changes, but it looks really quite lovely.
Yeah, look, it's really come together, and then we had the guys from Waterscapes did the fake creek at the entry to the home, which Alison tied in through her landscaping. So, like, overall, I think it's been a really good project, and it's come up really well.
And just to sit here and listen to that creek as we're sitting here in the garden and seeing the tree that comes up through the client's office as she's sitting there in a tranquil creek with the trees around her. How lovely to work in that environment.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a beautiful home. Thanks very much for your input into this one.
Pleasure.